Have you ever wondered if someone thinks about you as much as you think about them? Maybe they're subtle about it, but there are subconscious signs that reveal when someone can't get you out of their mind. These signs go beyond words or direct actions. They're the small, involuntary behaviors that betray their feelings. In this video, I'll break down the 9 subconscious signs that you're in their thoughts constantly. Some of these might surprise you, but once you recognize them, you'll never question their feelings again. Let's dive in. 1. They mirror your behavior without realizing it. When someone is thinking about you a lot, they subconsciously start to mimic your gestures, tone, or even your choice of words. This phenomenon is called the chameleon effect, and it's rooted in psychology as a way to build connection and rapport. If you've noticed someone picking up your slang, laughing like you do, or crossing their arms when you cross yours, it's not random. It's their subconscious showing their admiration. For example, let's say you often tilt your head when you're listening intently. Over time, you might notice this person doing the same thing, even when they're talking to someone else. It's a subtle, almost unnoticeable habit, but it's proof that they're paying close attention to you and internalizing your behavior. Pay attention to these small clues. The chameleon effect isn't something you can fake. It's a natural reflection of how much space you occupy in someone's mind. 2. They bring up past conversations out of the blue. If someone remembers details from a conversation you had weeks ago, it's a sign you've been on their mind. Our brains naturally retain information about the people and things we care about most. When they randomly reference something you said, it's proof that your words lingered long after the conversation ended. Imagine you mentioned a book you're reading or a goal you're working toward, and weeks later, they ask you about it. That's not just small talk. It's their subconscious showing how much they value your thoughts and experiences. They're paying attention to the little things because those details matter to them. People don't remember what doesn't matter. If your conversations stick with them, it's because you're occupying more than just a passing moment in their life. 3. They make eye contact longer than necessary. Eye contact is powerful, but when someone is constantly thinking about you, their gaze lingers just a little longer than normal. This isn't about staring, it's about the depth and intensity of how they look at you. Psychologists have found that prolonged eye contact increases feelings of connection and trust, and it's often an involuntary response when someone's drawn to you. Have you ever caught someone looking at you only for them to quickly glance away? That's their subconscious betraying their attempt to play it cool. Or maybe they hold your gaze during a conversation, making you feel like you're the only person in the room. Either way, their eyes reveal what their words might not. Next time you're talking to them, notice how often and how long they make eye contact. It's one of the most telling signs of where their thoughts are focused. 4. They show up in unexpected places. It's not always a coincidence when someone randomly shows up where you are. If they're thinking about you constantly, they might find reasons to be around you, even if they don't admit it. This doesn't mean stalking. It's more about subtle efforts to cross paths naturally. For example, they might start frequenting your favorite coffee shop or suddenly show interest in events you're attending. They're creating opportunities to see you because their thoughts are pulling them toward you. Even if they're not conscious of it, their actions reveal their intentions. Be mindful of patterns. If you notice someone consistently appearing in your orbit, it's not random. It's their subconscious trying to close the distance between you. 5. They get nervous or fidgety around you. When someone is constantly thinking about you, being in your presence can make them anxious or self-conscious. They're overanalyzing their own behavior because they want to leave a good impression. This often manifests as fidgeting, stumbling over words, or acting uncharacteristically shy. Think about a time when you've made someone laugh and they immediately started playing with their hands or adjusting their clothing. It's their body's way of releasing nervous energy. This isn't a sign of disinterest, it's the opposite. They're so focused on you that they're hyper-aware of how they're coming across. If their behavior shifts around you, take it as a sign that you're occupying a significant space in their thoughts. Nervousness isn't a weakness, it's an honest reflection of how much they care. 6. They use we instead of I. Pay close attention to their language. When someone is thinking about you constantly, they start including you in their future plans, sometimes without even realizing it. Phrases like, "we should do this," or "next time we go there," slip out because their subconscious already sees you as part of their world. This subtle shift in language indicates that they're mentally integrating you into their life. It's not just about the present, it's about the future they're envisioning with you. Even if they're not explicitly asking you out, their words reveal their intentions. Language is powerful, and these small changes speak volumes. If someone's using "we" more than "I," it's a clear sign you're a significant part of their inner dialogue. 7. They react strongly to your opinions. When someone values you deeply, your opinions carry weight. If they're constantly thinking about you, they'll react more intensely, whether it's agreement, curiosity, or even playful teasing. This isn't about picking fights, it's about engaging with you on a deeper level because they respect and value your perspective. For instance, if you casually mention a favorite movie or an unpopular opinion, they'll latch onto it. They'll either want to debate, learn more, or share their own thoughts. Their heightened reactions are a subconscious way of keeping the conversation alive and staying connected to you. Take note of how they respond to your ideas. If they're invested in what you think, it's a strong sign you're occupying their thoughts more than you realize. 8. They find excuses for physical closeness. When someone can't stop thinking about you, their subconscious will naturally guide them to find opportunities for physical closeness. It might be a light touch on your arm when making a point, standing just a little too close in a group, or even brushing your hand as they pass you. These moments aren't as innocent as they seem. They're their subconscious seeking comfort and connection. Physical touch triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which reinforces emotional closeness. But it's not just about hormones. This subtle proximity signals a deep, unspoken desire to bridge the gap between you and them. Even fleeting contact carries weight, signaling their inner thoughts and feelings. Notice how often they create these moments. If their actions seem to repeatedly draw you into their personal space, it's likely not an accident. Their subconscious is expressing what they might not yet have the courage to say aloud. 9. They go out of their way to help you. When you're in someone's thoughts constantly, they'll look for ways to make your life easier. This could mean offering to help with a project, remembering something important to you, or simply being there when you need support. Their actions go beyond polite gestures. They're driven by a genuine desire to be indispensable to you. For example, they might offer to run an errand you casually mentioned, or remember a small detail that makes your day easier. These acts of service aren't just about being helpful. They're about showing that you matter. Pay attention to how far they're willing to go to support you. Consistent effort is one of the clearest signs that someone's thoughts are focused on you, even when you're not around. If you recognize these signs, it's likely that someone is thinking about you far more than they're letting on. Subconscious behaviors often speak louder than words, revealing the depth of their feelings in ways they might not even realize. Remember, actions and patterns tell the real story. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.